CEO of Mac Publishing. We're the publishers of Macworld and Mac Week. And on behalf of the sponsors, I'd like to welcome you all. Proved to be even more prophetic than I imagined. It's been a year of tremendous transition for Apple and our industry. The Mac's second decade has proved to be far more challenging, even tumultuous, than we expected. And over the last year at Apple, we've seen sweeping changes, major staffing reorganization, product shifts, and a high level of uncertainty. However, even with the challenges of the last year, tremendous things have been accomplished. And it's important that we recognize and give credit to all the success stories. At Macworld Expo this week, over half the exhibitors are showing exciting. A founder of Apple Computer Buzz.
Good morning. Thank you for allowing us to be here today. We've made a lot of progress in the last 6 months, and I'd like to give you some updates, tell you about some new stuff, and then we got some fun stuff to demo for you, if that's okay. So let's start off. We started thinking different about 6 months ago. And the first sign of that people could buy, we announced on November 10th, which was a very different chip, a very different store, and a very different factory. And I'd like to give you some updates on those things now. It was 51 days before the end of the quarter on November 10th when we announced it. It's 57 days ago today. And so I'd like to go through each one and tell you where we're at. First of all, for those of you who were not at November 10th, we introduced a very different chip. And of course, that chip was the PowerPC G3. Developed by Motorola and IBM. The thing's a screamer. And it's just wonderful. Matter of fact, the PowerPC is an incredibly sweet part of its life cycle now for the next few years. And the chips that are coming out, I think, are going to toast Pentiums every step of the way. So when you look at the PowerPC G3 and we compare it against Intel's fastest processor class, the Pentium 2s, they're much faster on integer performance and on floating point. As a matter of fact, on integer they're 44% faster, and on floating point they're 15% faster. This is really good. And when you actually do real-world stuff, we took, I think, approximately 16 Photoshop tasks and ran through them one by one in an automated fashion in each of the machines. And so on a Pentium 266, Pentium 2 266, this thing took over 800 seconds. On a Pentium 2 300, it took over 700 seconds. And of course, on a G3 266, it took a little over 600 seconds. So this gives you a feeling for how fast these chips are. And we built 3 systems around these chips that could really deliver the performance of the raw chip. The first one was our desktop system. Second was the Mini Tower, and the third was our G3 Portable, which is twice as fast as the fastest Pentium Portable you can buy. And so we also price these things pretty aggressively. We still want to make a little bit of margin, but we really need to be matching the prices of the PC industry much more closely. And we've got that message, and the response has been phenomenal for these products. The review response has been great, and everybody understands that these products are wickedly fast. And that's the primary message. Now, when we went into the quarter, we were forecasting that we would sell 80,000 of the combined G3 product line. And we were wrong. We were wrong. The reaction was so great that we actually shipped over 130,000. Now, what's really also great is that we did it in a matter of 51 days in a quarter. And that was due to a lot of work by the engineering teams to make this a rock-solid product that was incredibly easy to build. and by the operations team that worked very long hours to build these products, did a fantastic job, and to the sales teams. And everybody at Apple worked really hard to make this possible, including a lot of our partners outside Apple. Now, what's really neat is if you annualize this, that's a rate of 1 million computers a year. 1 million G3s a year in our first 60 days. And that means that although it wasn't a third of our unit shipments in the last quarter, because we only shipped them for 51 days, at this rate, they've already climbed to over a third of our unit shipments in terms of an annualized rate. And I think you're going to see that continue to climb this coming quarter. So we could not be happier. I'm told that there were some problems with new product introductions from Apple in the past. And having been through a lot of new product intros myself, I can tell you that I have not seen any that have been any smoother. This went really, really well. Which brings us to a very different story. We distribute our products in a lot of ways. We're a large company.